My dear students, this particular video is basically for all the students who wrote the RE-NEET 2026 examination, particularly the ones who scored less than 500 in the RE-NEET 2026 examination. In this particular video, I'll exactly let you know all those students who are scoring less than 500, whether it was their first attempt, second attempt, third attempt, who do not know now, like what is next, what should they do. So I'm going to talk about that in this particular session, and it's going to be very short and precise. It's going to be a genuine, honest advice from my side to all of you. So please, whatever I say, take all the things very strictly, right? And you can accordingly take a decision like what is next for all of you, like what you should do and what you should not do. So first of all, I have divided students into three categories right now. The first category of the students is the ones who wrote the NEET examination for the third time in the RE-NEET 2026. So I'm talking about those students who had their third attempt this year, who wrote the NEET examination for the third time. What you should do, whether you should start your preparation again or whether you should quit, my dear students, just understand and remember the things which I'm going to tell you. First of all, those students who wrote the NEET examination for the third time, the ones which had the third attempt, my dear students, if you are scoring less than 400, I'm talking to those students who wrote the NEET examination for the third time, and still you are scoring less than 400, my recommendation would be to avoid taking the drop. Do not take the drop furthermore. You have given already 2 years for this particular preparation, right? Okay. I would consider it was not in your destiny. Perfect. Because destiny also plays a vital role, right? When it comes to anything. Perfect. So I'm not telling you are not capable enough to do it. Maybe there is something else written in your destiny, right? So just take it very genuinely. I'm talking about heart-to-heart conversation it's going to be, right? If you are scoring less than 400 in your RE-NEET examination and it was your third attempt, I would not recommend you to take any sort of drop here, okay? But if you are scoring greater than 450, less than 500, if it was your third attempt and you are scoring more than 450, less than 500, I would recommend you to take the partial drop. What is meant by partial drop? So what you can do is you can join some course, and after joining some course, you can still keep preparing for the NEET examination for the year 2027. You can do that. People do that too. I've seen a lot of students who are doing BDS, right? Who are doing BVSC, and while doing the BVSC, they are again preparing for the NEET examination and qualifying it, right? I have a lot of examples like that in front of me. So it is pretty much possible if you are scoring greater than 450, less than 500, and it was your third attempt or more, I would recommend you to take the partial drop, join some course, and while joining some course, apparently you can prepare for NEET examination again, right? But make sure one recommendation, one advice I would want to give you here. When you join the course and start preparing for the NEET examination again, let me tell you, the process is going to be very difficult because entire day you'll have to be in the college. Perfect. When you get back home after the college, then you have to start preparing for the NEET examination again. So for that, you have to remain disciplined. You have to put extra efforts basically. So normally I tell students to sit for 10, 12 hours every single day. Already you are giving some 6 to 8 hours in the college. After that, you again have to give some 6 to 8 hours to your studies. Perfect. So extra effort would be required here. So better to take a genuine online batch which will keep you disciplined throughout this particular preparation phase. And at the end, I'll tell you which batch we are starting and how it can help you out. Okay. If it was your first attempt, my dear students, if the yesterday's examination, the RE-NEET 2026 was your first attempt, then let me tell you, your scores does not matter. Whatever your score was in the first attempt, it does not matter, right? You can definitely take a drop, but there are a few things which you have to keep in mind. If you have made your mind of taking a drop for one complete year, okay? If you are going to write the NEET examination in the year 2027 and it's going to be your second attempt, then there are few things which you have to keep into consideration. My dear students, if you are really serious about MBBS, if you actually want to do it, if it is your passion, right? If it is your passion, number one. Number two, if you can remain disciplined for one complete year. See, right now, a lot of students will say, yes, I'll take a drop. Okay, they'll start studying for 10, 12 hours every single day. But after 10 days, after 15 days, after a month, that Josh will start coming down. That Josh will start coming down, right? So that is not required in this particular preparation phase, my dear students. Let me be very, very, very honest. So if you think you can remain disciplined for one complete year, not just for a week, not just for 10 days, if you think you can remain disciplined for one complete year, okay, then go for it. At the same time, if you think, if you know that you can sit for 10 to 12 hours every single day, if you know that you can sit for 10 to 12 hours every single day, then my dear students, then think of taking a drop. And at the same time, if you are dropping, if you are taking the drop, and try to be under right mentorship. That is much needed during this preparation now. Because the level has changed, right? You cannot do it all alone. Definitely, you need a proper mentor, proper guide who will keep you guiding all the time, like what to do, what not to do. Perfect. If all these criterias you can fulfill, if all these criterias you are fulfilling, then I would recommend you to take the drop. I'm talking to those students who wrote the NEET examination for the first time, right? Your scores does not matter. If you are serious about all these four things, then I would recommend you to take the drop. My dear students, after taking the drop, sit for 10 to 12 hours every single day, be under right mentorship, join a proper online batch, okay, wherein you'll remain disciplined. Because if you think you can do it on your own through the YouTube lectures, etc., that's not going to help out at any cost at this particular point of time. I would recommend you to take either offline batch or online batch. If you cannot afford the offline batch, then go for the online batch, right? I'll also tell you like which batch we are starting for you guys at the end. And my dear students, those particular students who wrote the NEET examination for the second time, right? So I'm talking to those students who wrote the NEET to RE-NEET 2026 for the second time. It was their second attempt basically. Perfect. Now, what you have to do? You have to first of all ask one question to yourself. Since it was your second attempt, that means you have already taken a drop for 1 year. Now ask a question to yourself whether you gave your best during this particular year or not. Okay? Ask this question to yourself whether you could have done better during this one particular year or not. See, in the last 1, 2, 3 months, everyone studies. But ask the question to yourself whether you studied genuinely for one complete year or not. If you had studied for one complete year, I believe you would have qualified, right? Under the proper mentorship. Perfect. But if you have not, if you have, lost something in between, right? There are a lot of parameters basically which are required for the competitive examination to be cracked, right? And if you lost one of the parameters, that means you have not given your best basically. So I would recommend you all to ask this question to yourself, to analyze yourself whether you actually gave your best or not. If you think you gave your best, you completed the syllabus on time, you did a lot of practice, you were under proper mentorship, right? You wrote the tests regularly. Perfect. You revised properly. There was proper doubt solving during one complete year. And still, for example, you are scoring less than 300. I would say drop isn't recommended here in this particular case. Do not take the drop, my dear students. Even if it was your second attempt, right? And you gave it all, and still scoring less than 300, recommended is not to take the drop. But at the same time, if you did not give your best, if you think you could have done better, right? Your scores again does not matter. You can definitely take the drop for one complete year. But my dear students, one thing I would recommend again, if you are thinking to take the drop, do not do it all alone. One thing I'm recommending, leave the YouTube lectures now, right? Stay away from YouTube now. Join either the offline batches or the online batches. And if you want to get trained under my mentorship, right? Then what you have to do, my dear students, let me tell you, we are starting 6 batches. We are starting 6 batches for NEET 2027 aspirants, in which every chapter will be started from basics. Every chapter will be started from scratch in all these batches. Every single chapter, be it in physics, chemistry, biology, will be started from the scratch. Level up content, modified content will be given to you because we know the level has changed. Level up tests, level up study material. Every single thing which is required to crack this particular examination, all those things we are going to incorporate in all these batches, right? All these batches. Perfect. And my dear students, how do you enroll into these particular batches? You don't have to enroll into the batches one by one. No. You just have to take the plus subscription or iconic subscription. The cost of plus subscription is 4699. If you are taking the plus subscription, you are going to have the access to all these batches. As you can see, this is my batch, me and my team. This is my one more batch, me and my team. This is Seep Mam's batch, Garima Mam's batch, and similarly one more batch, right? So these batches we are starting for NEET 2027 aspirants. So technically, if you are taking the plus subscription, you'll be having the access to all these batches. Some of them are in English language, some of them are in English language. Now, then it's completely your liberty to select the teachers. For example, you want to study bio from Seep Ma'am, you can study bio from her batch. You want to study chemistry from Nitesh sir, you can study chemistry from Nitesh sir. You want to study physics from Yavar sir, you can study physics from Yavar sir in this particular batch. So technically, you are selecting your teachers on your own. Okay. And I would say you'll be having the access to all these educators. Perfect. You can have the access to all the lectures of all these educators, because all these educators are basically in these 5 batches. Perfect. So technically, you'll be having the access to all the educators basically. And apart from that, as you already know, I mean, you'll be getting trained by the top-notch educators of the country. Daily, there'll be 3-hour doubt-solving sessions. Apart from the normal classes, you can join the doubt-solving sessions as well. Doubt-solving will keep on happening every day. Perfect. You can ask the doubt in the class as well. You'll be having the access to all the batches as well as all the upcoming batches. For example, in the month of December, January, we start crash course batches, right? So you'll be having the access to those crash course batches as well. Perfect. Test series, study material, every single thing in the updated form is kept in this particular batch. So do get enrolled if you really want to crack this particular examination under my guidance. Perfect. So do join the batch. How do we exactly enroll into the batch? The batch is starting on 27th of June. All these batches are starting from 27th of June. And how do we get enrolled into the batch? My dear students, the video which you guys are currently watching, in the description of the video, there's a link. You just have to click on that link. And after clicking on the link, you'll be having 2 options, either to go for plus subscription or iconic subscription. What's the difference between the two? In both the subscriptions, you are getting the access to all the batches of Unacademy, right? Study material, test series, DPPs, every single thing, live doubt solving, right? But what's the difference? The difference in the iconic is, in iconic subscription, you get study material in the form of these these booklets, and these booklets are delivered to your houses basically. If you are taking the iconic subscription, and if you are taking the plus subscription, you'll be having the same study material in the PDF format. You'll be given the same study material in the PDF format. Perfect. In iconic, you get the study material in the form of booklets, and those booklets are delivered to your houses. Perfect. And apart from that, in iconic subscription, there are more one-on-one mentorship sessions, right? So basically, when you write the test, after the test, we keep on having the mentorship sessions with all of you, wherein we tell you all the time where you are lagging, how can make your concepts strong, how you can make your calculations strong. So that is one-on-one mentorship and more frequent mentorship sessions in iconic. So here you take the 12 months, and if you want to be under my guidance, you'll have to use the code as Wassim, WSSIM. Click on continue. After continuing, here, my dear students, you can continue furthermore. Put your mobile number, or you can continue with your email ID, on which you get the OTP and everything. And eventually, you are getting the plus subscription at 4699, and iconic subscription, you are getting 12999. Perfect, right? Every single thing, whatever things are required to crack this particular examination with a good score, all the things have been incorporated into this particular batch. So be the part of the batch as soon as possible, because the batch is starting on 27th of this month, right? Let's not wait furthermore. If you have made your mind, right, of giving one complete year to the NEET preparation, then let's kickstart the journey from 27th of this month. And my dear students, rest. Just follow what we tell you to follow, nothing more, nothing less. Okay, just follow what we tell you to follow. You don't have to follow something on your own. You don't have to follow anything extra. No, whatever things we are going to provide you in the batch, just follow them sincerely, dedicatedly. That's more than sufficient for you. That's my promise to you. If you are following them sincerely, you are going to get your white coats next year in the NEET 2027 examination, irrespective of the fact what will be the level of the paper in the NEET 2027. Because we are going to start every chapter from basics, and we'll take it to the advanced level for sure. Right? So get enrolled as soon as possible, and see you in the live batches. Till then, you take care. God bless you all, and love you all, guys. Bye-bye.